area. We got up early this morning so we could get an early start. However, we had a few little mishaps along the way. Near accident in Beast and Bell because there was an accident right in front of us and we had to slow down really fast. Ellie in front of us, our good friends Mike and Liz, had a little mishap with the truck and broke a mirror, so we had to stop at a Walmart and get that fixed up. We only had one little casualty, a bottle of shampoo that we forgot to take down, but luckily we were at a Walmart. So we're going through the beautiful state of Ohio. All I have to say about Ohio is the roads are pretty good, the gas is not too expensive, but the drivers are a little crazy. So here we are crossing into New York. You can see Lake Erie right ahead of us, and on the sides of the road, after we get through this little area, you see a ton of wineries and grapevines. So we're coming into New York and we have to pay a toll. Not quite sure how much we're going to have to pay, but we've got a little toll booth we're coming. And we'll see what happens up here. So here is Liz and Sandy with the Back Road Wanderers, and in the front are Mike and Ron, and we're on our first adventure of the trip. We're headed to Niagara Falls. Our plan is to park at Goat Island, see the Maid of the Mist, see the Cave of the Winds, do some walking, maybe cross over into Canada, and see what there is to see at Niagara Falls. So Mike and Ron are up in the front. They're making a pact to keep their eye on each other's back in case their wives get any great ideas about letting them take a swim over the falls. But as Liz says, who wants to drive the rig home after all? So we do need them. This is the reason the men do not teach us how to drive the RVs. Sort of life insurance. This is Goat Island. If you get here before 8 o'clock, it's free parking. So we wanted to make sure we got here not just for the free parking, but because we heard that the parking filled up pretty quickly. We are here during sort of the shoulder season. We're in September and we're here on a Thursday. So we're looking forward to having a great day here at Niagara Falls. We are met with a beautiful rainbow headed over Horseshoe Falls. So if you want to orient yourself, if you turn to the right here, you get to Cave of the Wind and American Falls. And if you look to the left, when we come up here, we're going to be seeing Horseshoe Falls, which is on the Canadian side of the river. This river, Niagara River, empties the upper Great Lakes into Lake Ontario before it goes all the way to the ocean. And if you can read the sign, it says that there are 675,000 gallons per second going over the falls in the summer. So this is the Canadian part of the falls. This is Horseshoe Falls, and you can see the rainbow. And now we're going to go look at American Falls, Luna Island, and the Bridal Veil Falls. The summer daytime flow for this part of Niagara Falls is 75,000 gallons per second. Not as much as Horseshoe Falls, but still a heck of a lot of water. We walked across the little walkway to see Luna Island and America Falls and the Bridal Veil Falls. Straight ahead you can see the Rainbow Bridge, which is a bridge that will take you into Canada. We brought along our passports just in case we decide we want to go to Canada. So we just got off of the elevator coming down to the Cave of the Winds, and they have given us our ponchos. Ron is foregoing the poncho to go with his rain suit. Liz has doubled up on her poncho underneath the poncho. Mike is going solo poncho, and I have a jacket with a poncho. So we're going to see who stays the driest. Prior to the 1880s, the land around Niagara Falls was held by private companies. There was a lot of industry, and the area was being ruined. In the 1880s, there was a big push to make this into a state park. It became the first state park in the nation, which led to the creation later of the national park system. So here we go. The Cave of the Winds trip starts here. Ron after Cave of the Winds, completely dry in his beautiful rain suit and rubber shoes. Here's Mike, pretty well dry, but he didn't go up under the falls except for his knees.
Lizzie striped.
Here's Liz. She's got water.
Yeah, she's got stripes.
Striped water and wet feet. She rolled her pants. And I got really wet. I took off the bottoms of my pants because they got really wet, but I was right under the falls, so you know, I don't think I fared too badly. So we crossed 3 little bridges, so we're on one of the Three Sisters Islands that kind of stick out and have little creeks going down with waterfalls to join the Niagara River to go over the Canadian side of the fall. Here are the rapids that lead to Horseshoe Falls.
When I was here, several of us, it wasn't a test per se, so we weren't actually going to be on it. We went out and we put our foot in.
Oh.
Anyway.
So Ron, long time ago, the rule breaker.
Rule breaker.
Now it says no water entry, stay off railings, violators will be prosecuted.
We did not go past the rail. There was no rail there when we
Oh. So it really wasn't a rule when he did it. Here we are getting ready to get on the Maid of the Mist. The blue ponchos are on the Maid of the Mist. If you see a boat with red ponchos, those are on the other boat, which is on the Canadian side.
The Hornblower.
And it's called the Hornblower. Here is the Rainbow Bridge. We're hoping that we have enough energy to walk across into Canada to go check out that side of the park. So we're ready to go on the boat tour to see the American Falls and Horseshoe Falls. We're getting the boat loaded. Everybody looks the same, wearing their nice pretty blue ponchos. There's the guy unplugging us from the dock. This is an all-electric boat, so that's charging it, I guess, while we're here in the dock.
Yeah, was that cool?